This is the car that will eventually be on every street of every big city, at least on the old continent, that is. It's not fast, it's not exactly powerful, it has a Romanian badge, but it's made in China, and it looks like an SUV, but it's actually a city car. So stick around until the end of this video to find out how this mishmash of attributes, which are very unattractive at first glance, will transform the electric vehicle landscape for the better. This is the Dacia Spring, an all-electric four-door hatchback that already went on sale for car-sharing services in Europe, while individual customers will get their cars beginning in September. It's about the same size as a Volkswagen Up, although the press footage and photos might have fooled you into thinking that it's bigger. It's not. So why do I think this thing can revolutionize electric mobility? Money. Pure and simple. Although Renault, who owns Dacia, has yet to announce the prices for the retail version of the Spring, there's already official information out there that says the base price will be about 17,000 euros, while the top trim will go for around 20,000, before any kind of local or national incentive. Factor in the incentives though, which can vary wildly across countries, so take this with a grain of salt, and we have a 10,000 euros all-electric car on our hands. And I don't know about you, but that's pretty neat, especially if you live in a big city. According to Renault, the Dacia Spring is the lowest priced electric city car on the market in Europe. By comparison, the Renault Zoe, which is one of the most popular EVs on the old continent, starts at 32,000 euros in France before any grant, which makes it almost double the price of the base Spring. And yes, I know about the Citroën Ami, which is cheaper, but that's a quadricycle which can't go faster than 45 kilometers an hour. So back to the Dacia Spring. For all you Americans out there, 10,000 euros is the equivalent of about $12,000 for a fully functioning electric car that can carry 4 people. Nothing more, nothing less. And I mean it. Standard equipment for the retail version includes power steering, remote central locking, and 4 power windows. No air conditioning, no multimedia system, and no spare wheel. These are optional extras. But there are 6 airbags, ABS, ESP, and automatic emergency braking on all trims, which is nice. And now about the specs, which, again, are nothing to write home about. The Dacia Spring has a 33 kilowatts or 44 horsepower electric motor and a 26.8 kilowatts-hour battery. It's the exact same setup as in the Chinese market Renault City KZE, and it makes sense since the Spring is the same car as the City KZE, only adapted for sale in the European Union. It has a top speed of 125 km an hour or 78 miles per hour and a maximum torque of 125 Newton meters or about 92 pounds-feet. The maximum range on a single charge is 295 kilometers or 183 miles on the WLTP city cycle, while the combined cycle will get you 225 kilometers or 140 miles. And yes, I know that isn't much, but according to Renault, the average European commuter only drives for about 31 kilometers every day, which means you'd have enough juice for a week of driving in the Spring. Not bad at all. Although the Dacia Spring will eventually get in the hands of individual owners, its main target is car-sharing services like Renault's own Zity. And this is why I think this car will fill the streets of big European cities fast. With parking harder and harder to find and more expensive, it makes a lot of sense to jump into one of these cars that are just sitting on the street waiting to be driven by anyone who has to make short trips to work or the local supermarket. You just need to have a driver's license and some money on your credit card or debit card. You don't need to worry about insurance, road tax, and all of that. And if you do decide to buy one for yourself, I think it's a great deal too, if you have where to charge it. Right, charging. The Dacia Spring can charge completely in less than 14 hours on a 2.3 kilowatts household socket and in less than 1 hour up to 80% from a 30 kilowatts DC fast charger, which is optional. The charging ability, not the charger itself, I mean. And all Springs are internet connected in one way or another because owners can use a free smartphone app to check the car's remaining range, charging state, and even its location in real time. Moreover, it has a boot with a volume of 300 liters or about 10.5 cubic feet, which is huge for a tiny city car. By comparison, the Seat Mii Electric, which is basically just a rebadged Volkswagen Up, has a boot capacity of 251 liters and has a starting price of 22,000 euros or around $26,000. So yeah, I think the Dacia Spring will fill the streets, even though it's not particularly fast, pretty, well appointed, or from an internationally recognized brand. But nobody heard about Tesla when it started, and look where it is now. And that's basically it. A cheap electric car that gets you from A to B without too much fuss and without the fumes of a similarly priced internal combustion car. Let me know in the comments what you think of the Dacia Spring. Would you consider buying one to replace your daily commuter? Also, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified when we post a new video. Thanks for watching.